This is Mayor Ron Anders with the Mayor's Minutes from our September the 15th, 2020 Auburn City Council meeting. We began last night during the Committee of the Whole discussing the extension of the state of local emergency. After we got through discussing this, we put it on in the agenda under other business, and eventually the council approved this by a 6-3 vote. What this simply says is that the current state of local emergency will extend through October the 7th. This mainly and primarily revolves around the accessibility of purchasing alcoholic beverages in certain establishments in our community and the need to be sitting down when you receive that beverage as opposed to being able to stand up when you're indoors. The council had a great discussion about this. As I said, ultimately we approved this 6-3. I would just say personally, this is something I never take for granted when we alter the way people do their business. People should have the freedom to do business in the way that the rules have been established without government coming in and changing the rules. I would also say that we're living in a very unprecedented time right now. We're all learning things about this pandemic each and every day that goes by, and we're trying to do the best we can to keep our community as safe as possible. We received strong encouragement from Auburn University and the representation on campus from East Alabama Medical Center to continue with this order. We're very proud of the fact that our positive numbers from COVID-19 have gone down at a university level. Our hospitalizations, as we tape this morning, have gone down as well. And we need all of that to eventually go to zero. But just because the numbers are trending in the right direction, I feel like is not the reason to give up on these mandates at this point in time. They're working apparently, and we need to keep pressing ahead and let's get these numbers down even further. Just understand that from my position and my position only, I look forward to the day that we can all live a normal life and our businesses can operate at full capacity again. That's when Auburn's best, and that's what I believe in. But for right now, we did extend the order for basically another 3 weeks. And if any time the council would like and feels the need, we can always call a special meeting and dissolve this order at any point along the way. The council also discussed 2 entertainment district dates, one being the Saturday of the Kentucky game, which is September the 26th, and one being the Saturday of the Georgia game, which is October the 3rd. And what we're really communicating and signaling to our community and our fan base and our alumni is that we want you to come to Auburn. We want you to use the hotel rooms that you have reserved. We want you to use the living arrangements that you have set up, and we want you to come to our community and eat in our restaurants and shop in our stores and be a part of Auburn. And so with an entertainment district, it's an ability to have an alcoholic beverage in an open container in and around downtown on these days. It'll also give the ability for some of our businesses and restaurants downtown to be able to serve potentially outdoors as well. And we just want people to come to Auburn to support these businesses that mean so much to us in our community, that provide all the resources that we utilize to make Auburn a special place. You ask, why do we do this on an away game? Well, once again, it's a different kind of football season. People are not going to be able to travel to the away games like we normally are accustomed to. And we believe that there's a desire for people to just be in Auburn on a game day, no matter if Auburn's playing in town or out of town, in the world that we're currently living in. And so we're going to try this for 2 games. We'll see how it works. We're not going to be blocking off any streets. There'll be no game watching parties on a big screen TV. There'll be no bands. It's simply saying that you can carry your alcoholic beverage around in an open container during these days. So we'll watch that, and hopefully it goes well, but the council did approve those 2 dates for entertainment districts last night. As we got into our regular agenda, we recognize Mr. Chris Lockhart as our Employee of the Month for the month of September, and I'd like to read from a memo from Katrina Cook to the city manager about Christopher Lockhart. He began his employment in the city in 2004 as a service technician. His automotive maintenance skills led to his promotion as a mechanic in 2010, and recently he was the lead installer for automatic vehicle location system project at Environmental Services. Through Chris's thorough attention to detail and work ethic, this AVLS project was completed 2 months ahead of schedule. To all of our employees who have also been working during very delicate and unusual times here in the last 6 months, I say thank you to each and every one of them. And to Mr. Christopher Lockhart, thank you especially for what you've done and the leadership roles you've taken over Environmental Services, and congratulations on being our Employee of the Month. We also had a number of employees who were recognized for service awards, and I would say that that list is on our website that you could refer to. And we did recognize Officer Michael Roberson from Public Safety Police, who is retiring after 26 years, and what a great smile, what a great personality, what a great asset he was to Auburn City Schools for a number of years. He did a great job on behalf of our community and working for Auburn Police Department, and we'll miss Michael and look forward to working with him as a regular citizen here in the future. Under City Manager's Communications, we announced three positions on the Tree Commission. These appointments will be made on October the 20th, and these terms will begin on November the 8th, 2020, and they'll extend for 3 years until 2023. In the consent agenda last night, we approved a couple of tax abatements. One is for WPM Holdings at 979 West Veterans Boulevard. Earlier this year, Borbet Manufacturing left. They closed shop and moved their facility away from Auburn and closed their facility away from Auburn. And WheelPro has now come in and taken over, assumed that facility, assumed the equipment in there. And so we basically extended the abatement that we had for Borbet to WheelPro. And then we also approved an abatement with Shinhua Auto USA, who asked for an abatement based on a capital investment of $29 million just a few months ago. And now they're coming back to us and saying, no, we want to invest $66 million in our facility. And so we're thankful for this. This is a time where many people are struggling economically around our country, in our state. And here we have two great announcements of $66 million of capital investment, 300 jobs from WheelPro. Shinhua will be hiring 41 individuals. Excellent work by our economic development team, and certainly this should signal to you, our Auburn citizens, that Auburn is hustling and we're doing the best we can in a very difficult situation, and we will be back soon, I believe, with full employment in our manufacturing sector, and that's all because of the hard work of the men and women who represent the City of Auburn. Under contracts and agreements, we approved a contract with Barge Design Solutions for $75,000. This is the professional consulting engineering services. On Highway 14, we've had a force main that has failed and that we need to replace, and we need to replace quickly. And so this is the design engineering services to provide for that. We approved all our lease agreements with our Boykin Community Center tenants, which we do annually. We approved an additional expenditure of $40,000 with D&J Enterprises to complete our fiscal year 19 street resurfacing project. We approved a contract with Top Notch Cleaning and Cleaning Solutions for janitorial services at a number of our municipal facilities, buildings. We approved a contract with UniFirst to provide uniform services and janitorial supplies for many of our employees. We have over 150 employees that wear uniforms every day to work. We approved an annual serve and hosting fee with Ventec International for our downtown parking kiosk, and this is almost $19,000. And then finally, we approved a small additional expenditure with Compton Contractor at the Boykin Community Center. There was some poor dirt that was found in a parking lot that we had to dig up and remove, and that created about a $9,000 expense to us that we did not have budgeted. Under ordinances last night, the City Council denied unanimous consent to two different projects. One's the silos at Conway. The other is an office park project from TD Development right behind the Publix on Moores Mill Road. Under unanimous consent, during the first reading, the council has to unanimously agree to proceed with a vote on this agenda item that evening. When that does not happen, that pushes the vote on this to the next council meeting. So on October the 6th, the City Council will be considering both of these. Both of these projects had three different agenda items related to them last night. All of this information is in our City Council packet and information on the city's website. So we'll dig in a little bit further. There's still some questions to be answered on both of these, some more discussions to be had, and we'll see if we can get a little further down the road and be prepared to make a decision on behalf of the citizens, the developer, and our community at the October 6th meeting. In other business last night, the City Council approved an alcohol beverage license for the new Tiger Pride Food Mart, which is located at 1972 East Glen Avenue. And that took care of all of our business last night for our City Council meeting on September the 15th. Have a great week.